Well, praise the Lord, everybody, and God bless all of you, and happy day after Thanksgiving. I pray that you had just a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving in whatever way you celebrate it, if with all of your family, or having people over your house, or going somewhere, cooking, or just eating. Or maybe you just spent it quietly, taking a walk. However you have celebrated, I pray that your heart is just full of gratitude for who you are and what you have and what God has done for you. Because sometimes we may feel so alone in holidays, or we wish or expect it to be a certain way and it's not, and we could dwell on those things. But I think just embracing that we were able to live right on Thanksgiving Day, or we're still here today on Friday, that in itself is just a lot to be grateful for. And I pray that if maybe the Thanksgiving holiday and coming into the Christmas holiday isn't what you want, I pray that eventually that God grants you what you want. Now we're officially in the Christmas season, right? Some of us still haven't fully digested Thanksgiving, and we're already in Christmas. And a lot of times in most years, of course, Christmas, the focus is the birth of Jesus, and rightfully so. And there's so many ways that we could communicate that goodness and that grace. But just coming to me, and reading in Galatians chapter 4, and Galatians chapter 4 really just talks about, us, right? Us being without God prior to meeting Him and being baptized and filled with His Spirit and all that wonderfulness. That, we were slaves. And Galatians 4, it's a magnificent piece of literature to me. It just is. And it basically just speaks on, even when we think we're not slaves, we're slaves to whatever, to the sin, to the consequences of sin. But Galatians 4, Paul says, he says, when the time had fully come, right? God sent His Son. When the time fully had come. Now, we know historically that was at a certain time, certain place, and all of that. But to me, that even is when I fully had when He had fully come into my life. Now, I know He died while we were still yet sinners, right? We hated. He loved us while we were still enemies of Him, Romans says. But when the time fully had come, He sent His Son. And that is Christmas. Now, I like to think of a fat little chubby baby Jesus, in a manger with Mary's hair done just right and Joseph's beard just trimmed just correctly, and that just really, sanitized. But to me, really, the idea is that we were slaves, and this God sent His Son. And even in the context of Galatians 4, when it says He sent His Son, it means His mature Son, his mature Son, not just a baby, but His mature Son, that we might receive the full rights as children, right? So a slave has no rights. We know that. Historically, since the beginning of time, there's been slaves. Rome had slaves, and just everyone had slaves back in horrible, completely no rights. But now we go from having no rights and no power over our future or our eternity. But when the fullness of time came, God sent his son. Now that is something to be grateful for. Grateful for just that we know God, that he knows us, that he loves us enough, right, to be born into this world, as a defenseless little child, with the goal of saving you and me, to creating the vehicle to salvation. And that's what I'm grateful for on the daily. I'm thankful for that. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Every Christmas, I wish I could have it a certain way. And maybe it's just some of those childhood things that have, how we wish it to be, and how the living room smells. And maybe Christmas is a time where I long when I was a child, when my children were children. All I know is that despite what I have or I don't have, God is so good to us. Beloved, let's embrace the holidays. We can't stop it. We can't, we don't have to listen to the radio stations that dedicate the whole thing to Christmas or play our Christmas, playlist. We could control those things, but we can't control the season or the time, and just lament of the things that we don't have. Now, I'm not minimizing. Some have lost loved ones over the year or over just a few years where the holidays aren't the same without them. I'm not minimizing that. I'm just saying, let's be grateful for what we have. Let's be grateful for what we've had. Let's be grateful for what is to come, because God is so good. And I just want to say thank you to you, those few of you that watch my video. Thank you, because I appreciate it, and I appreciate trying to give encouragement every week. So God bless you, and enjoy this Friday. If you have an opportunity to take advantage of some sales or alleged sales, then do it. God bless you.